fishing poles across the cab. You were sitting by the window, singing louder than the band. Took the road beside the river, where the pavement disappears. Nothing on the calendar, nothing we needed to fear. Some Saturdays are better without a plan. Saturday in a Silverado, windows down and radio loud, taking every back road slowly, like we haven't got a clock. You and me and open country, that's enough to get me smiling. Saturday in a Silverado, best way I know to lose the time. Stopped at a little roadside stand, bought some peaches in a paper bag. You put one between us, said save that one for the ride. Sun went down behind the river, and the sky turned orange red. I thought about tomorrow, then forgot it all again. The best days don't need a reason. Saturday in a Silverado, keep the windows open wide. As long as you're riding with me, I got everything I need. Yeah. Ferris wheel was turning slow, dust was dancing down below. Food truck parked beside the gate, everybody showed up late. You had cotton candy in your hand, I had tickets for the band. Summer air and county lights made the whole town feel alive. We were young enough to stay out late. Friday night county fair, your hand wrapped around mine, fiddle playing somewhere near, fireworks lighting up the sky. We didn't need a perfect plan, just somewhere we could stand. Friday night county fair, still my favorite kind of night. Won you something at the booth, you laughed and called me lucky. We watched the Ferris wheel turn till the stars began to fade. Some memories don't need pictures, you remember every frame. Friday night county fair, if I could go back tonight, I'd find you by that Ferris wheel, and we'd stay beneath the lights. Sitting by the truck, moon was high and shining. Someone had a 6-string case, someone brought another chair. You were leaning by the tailgate with the wind inside your hair. The night was over, but we weren't ready. Tailgate after 2, when the whole town's gone to bed, talking about the things we want and the things we never said. No band, no neon, just the stars and you. Sometimes the best part of the night starts after 2. Your hometown, I told you about mine. We laughed about our bad decisions like they happened yesterday. Some conversations only happen after midnight. Tailgate after 2, I remember that night. Nothing fancy ever happened, but everything felt right. Traffic far behind, 2-lane road and cedar trees. Wind coming through the windows. You said don't turn on the radio, so we listened to the tires. Funny how a little silence can calm a restless mind. No notifications, no place we had to be. Backroad state of mind, that's the only place I find. Every mile slows turn unwind. Leave the noise behind us, let the country take its time. Backroad state of mind feels like breathing for the first time. Cattle fence, watch the sun go down. You took off your boots and put your feet on the dash. We talked about our future like it wasn't far away. Somewhere on that gravel road I knew we'd be okay. Peace isn't somewhere you find, it's something you allow. Backroad state of mind, keep me there a little longer. As long as there's an open road, I'll keep getting stronger. Faded after night, found an old country station, 2-lane road beneath the tires, moon above the pasture line. You were singing every word, even when you missed a few. I just laughed and kept on driving, glad the night belonged to you. No signal, no schedule, nothing we had to prove. Dirt road radio, turn it up and let it roll. Every mile gets easier when that old guitar comes through. Windows down, your voice beside me, open sky above. Dirt road radio, that's the soundtrack I love. Past the barn with one light burning, saw a fox cross through the field. You said, "This is my kind of Friday," and I knew exactly how you feel. Somewhere between nowhere, we found everything. Dirt road radio, keep playing through the night. If we missed a turn for home, we'll just drive until it's right. She came walking from the pasture, dust around her boots, had an old blue bandana tied around her roots. Said she spent the afternoon fixing fences with her dad. I don't know why that little story made me fall that bad. She wasn't dressed for show, she didn't have to be. Red dirt on her jeans, sunlight in her hair. She looked like every country song I never thought I'd hear. No fancy city picture could make her look that clean. I fell for that girl with red dirt on her jeans. We stopped beside the cattle gate, watching evening settle in. She laughed about her brothers and the trouble they got in. Then the radio found a song she knew from way back when. She sang along beside me, and I fell all over again. Beauty ain't always polished, sometimes it comes on tight. Red dirt on her jeans, that's the picture in my mind. the sun was low. Work boots sitting by the door. You called from the edge of town, said the band was warming up. I grabbed my hat, hit the road, left another week behind. Funny how Friday night can change your frame of mind. No plans, no promises, just somewhere we could go. Friday finds a way to put the color back in gray. One good song, one crowded floor, makes you forget what Monday's for. When the week gets under your skin, that's when Friday pulls you in. Friday always finds a way to make you stay. Fiddle kicked into a two-step. You were smiling by the stage. I walked over, took your hand like we'd known each other for years. Outside the parking lot was glowing underneath the moon. Inside the band played louder and we kept dancing through. Some nights don't fix your problems, they just make them feel smaller. Friday finds a way to give your heart another day. When the last song fades away, you wish Friday stayed. She knows every back road turn, every place the old lights burn. Knows which diner stays open late, knows the bartender's favorite name. She can tell when rain will fall just by looking at the sky. I grew up around this place, still she knows it better than I. She's got the map I never knew I needed. She knows this town like the back of her hand. Every little street, every old piece of land. She knows where the good songs play, where the sunsets hit just right. She knows this town, and she knows me tonight. Took me down the gravel road, past the farm where she was raised. Showed me where her daddy worked and where her brothers used to play. Then she stopped beside a field as the evening turned to gold. Said, "This is the place I love." Now I know why she stayed. Sometimes loving someone means learning where they came from. She knows this town, and now I know it too. Every road feels different since I started driving with you. dark, and suddenly I know my heart. Some roads save you time, some roads give it back. The road home is too late. Black top and a little rain, fence posts counting every mile, sunset hanging for a while. No GPS, no crowded signs, just your voice and mine. The road home is too late, and I wouldn't change a thing. Past the school where I grew up, past the church and old grain truck, Granddad's barn is still out there, weathered by the years. You put your hand across the seat, said we're getting close. Funny how the road gets shorter when you know where home is. The fastest way isn't always the way that gets you there. The road home is too late, still the one I choose. Every mile brings something back I never want to lose. Had a pocket full of cash and a truck full of tools. Spent the morning fixing fences, breaking every county rule. You said you'd meet me after work, I said I'd make it by 8. By the time I hit the dance hall, you were already waiting. I don't always get it right, but I always show up. Dusty boots and good intentions, that's the best I've got. A little late, a little tired, but I give it all I got. I don't have a fancy story or a perfect plan to prove, just dusty boots and good intentions and a whole lot of you. Said you're always running late. Then the fiddle found the rhythm and you pulled me through the gate. We danced until the band was done under red and yellow lights. Turns out being imperfect makes them pretty perfect nights. Good hearts don't need polishing, they just need somewhere to land. Dusty boots and good intentions still got me here tonight. Maybe that's enough for love to keep getting it right. Friday was another paycheck. Saturday hadn't started yet. Sun was dropping behind the barn. Best part was coming. You were putting on your blue jeans. I was cleaning up the truck. No one needed reservations. We just needed some luck. The night gets better when the sun goes down. Saturday starts at sundown. That's how we do it here. When the sky turns orange, the weekend finally appears. One more song at the dance hall. One more drive around town. Saturday starts at sundown, and nobody's slowing down. Band was tight around 9. Fiddle cutting through the room. You were laughing with your friends. Then I caught you by the door. We spent the whole night moving like tomorrow didn't exist. Sometimes the best part of living is knowing when to quit. You work hard for daylight, then you earn the dark. Saturday starts at sundown, and it always feels brand new. Every weekend has a heartbeat when I'm spending it with you. Dust came flying off the parking lot. By 9 o'clock it was already hot. Farm trucks lined up under the sign. Everybody knew it was Friday time. You walked in with your hair tied back, blue jeans and that old denim jacket. Band kicked hard on the opening beat, and you were waiting right there for me. But we can't keep its worries. We got a floor to wear out. Friday night at the county line, where the whole town leaves the week behind. Steel guitar and a hardwood floor. One more dance always leads to 4. Laugh a little, stay a while. Trade that long week for a country smile. Friday night at the county line feels like freedom every time. Old Joe was pouring drinks behind the bar. Someone parked the tractor way too far. Fiddle started cutting through the room, and you pulled me closer to the tune. Nobody cared what tomorrow brings. Tonight was made for simple things. Two-step turning under neon signs like we had nowhere else to be tonight. Some nights don't need a reason, they just need the right song. Friday night at the county line, leaves a bag behind the seat, 2 pairs of boots and gasoline. Says she likes the open road more than places that she knows. Every town becomes a story, every sunset gets her glory. I asked her where she's going, she said anywhere but boring. She's got a restless heart, and I kinda like it. She's good at getting gone, good at leaving before dawn, good at finding little roads where nobody knows her name. But every time she drives away, she leaves a little more behind. She's good at getting gone, but somehow keeps coming back to mine. Last time she called from Amarillo, said the weather turned real cold. I told her I'd come find her, she said you better mean it. 2 days later at the station, there she was with that same grin. I guess some roads don't separate, they bring 2 people in. Some hearts need distance before they understand home. She's good at getting gone, but I'm good at waiting too. Every road she takes still seems to lead her back to me. Shop, truckers talking by the counter. Rain was tapping on the glass, morning coming slower. You were sitting by the window, reading yesterday's news. I ordered black coffee, then I noticed you. Some mornings change before the coffee cools. County line coffee, black and hot and strong. You were sitting by the window, and I knew I'd stay long. One more cup, one more story, one more reason not to leave. County line coffee started something I believe. We talked about the weather, then the places we've been. You said you like small towns because they let people in. By the time the sun came up, yesterday's work shirt hanging by the kitchen door. Mama said you better change it. I said give me 1 minute more. Coffee on the counter, sunlight through the blinds, church bells down the road, starting up on time. Some mornings feel different when the whole town slows down. Work shirt Sunday, blue jeans and a Sunday smile. Leave the week behind us, stay a little while. Hands that build the houses still know how to pray. Work shirt Sunday, thankful for another day. After church we met the family underneath the old oak tree. Kids were chasing one another, Dad was talking baseball. Mama brought the casserole, everybody brought a story. Nothing fancy happened, still it felt like glory. You don't need a perfect life to have a good one. Work shirt Sunday, that's the way I like it best. Hard work through the week and a little peace and rest. Get there every time. Jolie's room beside the jukebox for the boots I never shine. One Friday I came in early and you were sitting there. Funny how one empty seat can change an evening. The bar stool by the door doesn't feel the same no more since you started showing up. I don't sit there alone. Fiddle through the speakers cold, drink on the bar. The bar stool by the door is where I found my heart. Just stay until closing time. Somewhere between the second song and the lights turn low, I realized I'd rather stay than ever let you go. Some places hold memories before you know you're making them. The bar stool by the door still waits for us tonight. Same old room, same old song. Everything feels right. far behind. Blacktop faded into gravel, fence lines open to the sky. You said keep driving just a little, so I followed where you pointed. Sometimes you don't need a reason when the road feels right. No destination, no need to hurry. Where the blacktop ends, that's where the good life begins. No traffic lights, no deadlines, just open fields and friends. If you ask me where I'm headed, I'll say wherever this road bends. Meet me where the blacktop ends. Found a creek beneath the cottonwoods, parked where nobody would. You kicked your boots into the grass and said I could stay right here. Some places make you wonder why you ever left. Where the blacktop ends, I'll meet you there again. Leave the whole world behind us and let the weekend begin. Bartender said it's closing time, but the fiddle still sounded fine. You looked at me and shook your head like you weren't ready for bed. Floor was almost empty now, just a couple couples hanging around. Band kicked into one last tune. We forgot about the moon. When the right song starts, you don't watch the clock. Two-step on the last call, dancing while the lights fall. One more turn around the room, one more kiss beneath the moon. Tomorrow can wait outside, tonight we're keeping time. Two-step on the last call, baby, stay a little while. Tapping through the dark, every step left another spark. The final chord came way too soon, still I held on to you. Some nights end before you're ready to let go. Two-step on the last call, one more memory before we go. If they play that song again, I'll find you on that floor. dawn, another highway to move on. Texas sunrise in the glass, watching old familiar places pass. Windmills turning by the road, every mile carries a load. I could chase another life, but this one still feels right. You can leave the land, but it never leaves you. Texas in the rear view, still looking back at me. Wide open skies and red dirt roads running through my memory. Every town I leave behind leaves a little peace of mind. No matter where these tires go, Texas rides along. Past the place where we first met, still remember every sunset. That old dance hall standing there, neon glowing through the night air. Distance doesn't erase what home put in your heart. Texas in the rear view, but Texas in my blood. Every road beyond that line still reminds me where I'm from. Work boots sitting by the sea, dust still underneath my feet. Radio found an old guitar, singing from a county bar. Sun went down behind the drain, golden light after the rain. You called up and said, where you at? I said, heading where we're at. No need to make a plan when the night already knows. Friday night on F96, turn it up and don't miss this. Steel guitar through the speakers, your hand wrapped around mine. Two-step moving down the floor, we don't need much anymore. Friday night on F96 feels like our kind of fix. Fast, everybody making Friday last. You walked in wearing that old denim, and the whole room turned your way. Fiddle hit that opening line, you just smiled and took my hand. 3 minutes turned to half the night, and I didn't mind. Some songs find you at exactly the right time. Friday night on F96, still the best thing on my list. When another week gets long, I'll turn that station on. Friday night on F96, that's where I belong. like overtime. Third, they're running out of time. Then the sun drops Friday night, and everything starts feeling right. You can tell what people want when the neon comes alive. Nobody needs a reason to let the week go. Friday night never lies. You can't see it in their eyes. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a song. Leave your troubles at the door. Let the fiddle shake the floor. Friday night never lies. It just tells you where you belong. Old friends standing by the bar, new faces wondering where we are. Band kicks hard, the floor gets loud. Everybody joins the crowd. You looked over, caught my eye. Didn't have to ask me why. We both knew before the song that we'd be dancing all night long. You can't fake a good time when the music gets us honest. Friday night never lies. It keeps the fire alive. When another hard week comes, we'll be ready when it dies. O'clock and the storefront's closed, but that's when this little town glows. Down the sign buzzing, red and white, pickup headlights cutting through the night. You were waiting outside the store, leaning on the hood like before. Said let's take the long way home, so we headed where the blacktop goes. Nobody was calling, nobody needed us yet. Main Street after 10, that's where I know you best. When the whole town gets quiet, you get the real version of me. No crowd, no music, just your voice and the tires. Main Street after 10 still takes me higher. Past the courthouse, past the tracks, we talked about the life we had. You told me where you wanted to go. I told you I'd already know. There was something in your smile that made every mile worthwhile. By the time we reached your street, the night felt way too short to keep. Some roads become